The kids are having a nice meal in there tonight. It's their Thanksgiving dinner. Should limit it tomorrow a little bit. Okay, the injury deal looks like Divine Zigbo will be okay to play. He's practiced well the last couple days. Aaron Williams has made it through a couple days of practice in good shape, so we hope that continues right into the game. Chris Weber has had a good week of practice with no incidents, so he should be okay to go. J.D. Spillman is, I'd say, still questionable at this time. Questions?
With JD, is it just kind of wait and see on Friday morning how it feels?
We'll wait as long as we have to for JD. You know, we're hoping that he feels better tomorrow. If he feels better tomorrow, we'll put him through the gamut. He hasn't practiced this week, so we'll get him going. And I'm hoping he just wakes up a new man in the morning.
If not, would Keon step into that?
Keon and Gabe Ron. Yeah. Yeah. We expect both of those guys to be ready to go.
Let's say about Jay's competitiveness, just the level of that happened pretty early on against Penn State. He was able to play.
Pretty neat. He's quite a guy that way. He is. There's a lot of things about JD that are beyond his years, and toughness is one of them.
Mike, for those 22 seniors, who's your last practice with them, I guess what have they meant to you over the past 3 years, and just kind of the transition into something?
You know, I've always felt fortunate to have been with guys, no matter how long it was, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. It always makes me feel good about what we do and the things that we get to do and the relationships that are developed. You know, I think every coach feels like that, but it's such a privilege, and the relationships are lifetime, so it's pretty special. And, you know, frankly, we can't even hold it together with a year like we've had without solid, good seniors that just kind of keep pushing everything forward. So we owe these guys a lot.
I think we asked Trent Bray about it yesterday. A guy like Thomas Connolly, who's a junior, playing his last game, obviously really successful in the classroom. What is a guy like that and the other seniors who didn't get to play but still helped out in practice? How helpful have they been, even though like a guy like Thomas doesn't get in the games as
Well,
much?
Thomas Connolly is a good example of a really, really good Nebraska football story. Wants to play at the university, finds a way to walk on, get on the team, does everything he's supposed to do in all the parts of a college student athlete. Excellent student, already been accepted to med school, comes to practice, waits, never on any lists of any kind. Just a really good example of how to do things correctly. You know, and for some, the football, you know, playing in the game, sometimes it doesn't work out, but that doesn't mean they get any less out of doing what they do. And they are really well respected and admired by their teammates for the work that they do.
You did a special deal, didn't you, where you traveled one of those guys?
Yeah.
Each of those guys to a road trip.
You know, Brian, I think we've done maybe three. We did Joel Lopez earlier. We did Thomas Conley, and it seems Eric Evans. Yeah, so we've had a guy, even if it's a home deal, going to the hotel. We've tried to do that when possible.
A guy like Josie Jewell from Platitudes, but when you watch him, what is it that you see from him and the other guys you don't see with other guys?
Smart, tenacious, talented, as good as we've seen playing that position.
What did you see just from Iowa versus Ohio State versus the last couple of weeks? It's kind of hard to put your finger on. They can do that to Ohio State, but then the last couple of weeks have looked like what they've looked like for them.
You know, I think that it's college football, and what we've been searching for, so have they in some fashion, which is consistency. You know, the thing that we have to get ready for is what they have done so well. When you look at the big picture of their season, their running game, their angle game in the passing game, their quick hitting play action passes, their mesh game underneath. They have a lot of stuff actually for a team that you think just runs the ball. they have a nice mixture of things they do, and they have a nice vertical game with those tight ends that are really talented. So you have to be ready for all that, and we've seen it all work, and like a lot of it all worked in one day against Ohio State. It was pretty amazing. They just executed really, really well that day. So that's football for you.
Mike, I know you didn't get a chance to work with him very long, but you guys are going to honor Bob Elliott
Yeah.
before the game or during the game. I guess just what was maybe the thinking behind that, and just what did he mean to you in the short time you got to work with him?
Well, you know, it was a nice recommendation by Bob Diaco to interview Bob Elliott. It was a no-brainer to hire him. He was I was really, really excited to work with him. It's so sad that we did not get to spend much time together for bunches of reasons, obviously. But you know, he was a great football guy. I think he really connected with players. In the short time I knew him, those things were all more than evident. You know, and I actually saw him as a guy, kind of my age. We would have had a lot of fun working together, but I've said this before, we would have been buddies too, I think. So, and we're proud his family's coming over for the game. Gracias.